What if the pain you're feeling right now is not your downfall, but your awakening? Not because it's comfortable, because it's not. Not because it makes any sense in this moment, because it won't, but because this pain is the fire that forges men. She left, and when she did, she took the illusion with her, the fantasy, the comfort, the false sense of security. And now, stripped of it all, you're standing face to face with the most raw, unfiltered, and dangerous version of yourself. The version that doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't need her or anyone else. Most men collapse when a woman walks away. They spiral, they plead, they confuse love with proving themselves to someone who already decided they weren't enough. But let's be honest, that isn't love. That's delusion. That's emotional slavery disguised as devotion. And this is where Stoicism slices through the noise like a blade. It teaches one truth, brutal, yes, but liberating. You are not owed anything. Not her love, not her loyalty, not even an explanation, but what you are responsible for everything, your actions, your healing, your direction. You don't get to choose who stays, but you do get to choose who you become after they leave. And that, brother, is where your true power lives. She may have walked away expecting you to fall apart, to sit by your phone waiting, to become a shadow of yourself. But the man you're about to become, he doesn't wait. He doesn't plead. He doesn't need closure or validation from someone who turned their back. This isn't about getting her back. It's about getting your soul back. That version of you, the one who tolerated disrespect, gave too much, accepted crumbs just to avoid loneliness, he's gone, dead. And from his ashes rises someone she never saw coming. Calm, composed, focused. You'll walk alone, not out of hatred, but out of self-respect. Because finally, you know who you are. And when you move like that, silently, with conviction, something shifts. She senses it. She regrets it. But by the time that happens, you won't care. You'll be so far ahead that all she'll see is a ghost, a memory she can no longer reach. So if you're sitting in the dark right now, angry, confused, and lost, good. That's where transformation begins. The world may say heartbreak breaks men, but Stoic men, we build ourselves from it. If you're done living in the past, if you're ready to rewrite your story, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot control. Number 1. The fall. Let her go without closure. She left without a real reason. Maybe it happened suddenly. Maybe she gave you one of those vague lines, I need time, or it's not you, it's me. Or maybe she vanished completely. Cold, distant, silent. One minute you were building a future, and the next, you were watching it collapse with no explanation. Now, you're sitting in the rubble, playing detective, rewinding every moment, every word, every glance, trying to solve a mystery that was never meant to have an answer. You think, if I could just understand, maybe I could move on. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Closure is a trap. You're not chasing clarity. You're chasing comfort. A final scene, a final line, a tidy ending. But love rarely ends clean. Most people leave for reasons they can't articulate. Sometimes, even they don't know. A Stoic man doesn't beg for explanations. He doesn't reread messages, stalk social media, or obsess over silence. He doesn't wait for an apology that's never coming. Because the moment she walked away without honesty, that was her answer. That was her character in full view. You don't chase someone who walked away like you were nothing. You observe, you accept, you move. And here's the twist. Letting go without closure is the ultimate form of power. You stop giving her the ability to control your peace. You take back the keys to your emotional stability. Most men unravel at this stage. Texting, calling, trying to meet, just once more. But the Stoic man stays grounded. He breathes. He remains still. Not because he doesn't feel anything, but because he respects himself more than the illusion. She may expect the usual, the pleading, the desperation, the breakdown. But when you walk away in silence, with no drama, no explanation, that's when her power starts to dissolve. Feel the pain, acknowledge it, but don't let it control you. Your silence is louder than any goodbye. Your calm is stronger than any emotional outburst. This is where your transformation begins. Not from pain to revenge, but from boy to man. If you're done begging for answers that don't exist, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below. I release what I cannot control. Number 2, the silence. Stop reacting. Start observing. You're feeling that urge to reach out, to check her profile, to post something just to see if she bites. That's not love. That's your ego, wounded, raw, and hungry for validation. But here's the truth. Every reaction you give her feeds her power. The more emotional you become, the more predictable you are. A man she can read like a book is a man she no longer respects. Stoicism begins in silence. Not the silence she gave you, but the silence you now choose. When you stop reacting, you start observing. You begin to see the game, how she changed, how long you ignored the red flags, how often your emotions blinded your judgment. You stop chasing breadcrumbs, those random texts, those vague likes, those empty check-ins. That's not love, that's control. You no longer play that game. You kill the need to be noticed. That's where your true power begins. A stoic man doesn't act out of emotion. He moves with intention. He doesn't explode. He doesn't chase. He doesn't explain. He observes. He detaches. He lets his actions speak. Let her feel the silence. Let her wonder where your attention went. Let her miss the energy you used to give so freely. Because silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. It's mystery. It's discipline. And most of all, it's freedom. Every time you don't respond, every time you resist the urge to reach out, you grow stronger. And trust me, she feels it. Women are intuitive. They feel emotional shifts. When your validation stops flowing, they notice. But this isn't about spite. It's not about punishment. It's about removing access to the version of you she never valued. The man who texted first. The man who over-explained. The man who chased. That man is gone. And the silence you sit in now, that's the sound of your rebirth. You've embraced the silence, haven't you? That quiet strength from letting go without closure is already reshaping you into a man who doesn't chase or beg. Now, let's take it further. Let's turn that silence into a weapon and your pain into power. Picture yourself as a storm held in check, calm on the surface, but unstoppable beneath, ready to become a force she can't predict. Let's dive in. Those little hey messages, vague likes, or random check-ins she sends. They're not love, they're bait, designed to keep you tethered to her control. But you're done biting. You're done playing her game. The need to be noticed? It's a chain you're breaking, link by link. That's where your true power sparks. A stoic man doesn't let emotions drive him. He moves with intention. He doesn't explode, chase, or over-explain. He detaches, observes, and acts with purpose. Let her wonder where your energy vanished to. Let her feel the emptiness where your attention once was. Your silence isn't weakness. It's a strategy, a mystery, a discipline that screams freedom. Every time you resist the urge to respond, to prove yourself, you grow stronger. Can you feel that shift? Women sense changes in energy. When your validation stops being free, she'll notice, but you're not ignoring her out of spite. You're cutting access to the man she took for granted. The version of you that texted first, that chased her approval, he's gone. This silence you're embracing, it's the sound of your rebirth. If you're done being predictable, if you're ready to let silence be your loudest weapon, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence is strength. Number 3, the mirror, level up without her. Now that you've gone silent, it's time to face the mirror. Not to dwell on pain, but to rebuild a man she'll never recognize. This is the crossroads where most men falter, sinking into self-pity or distractions. But you're rising. She's watching, maybe not today, maybe through a friend's story or a subtle glance at your page. She expects you to be stuck, still the broken man she left behind. Don't give her that satisfaction. When she looks, let her see a stranger, a man transformed, not for her, but for you. Leveling up isn't about revenge. It's about redemption. You hit the gym to reclaim your strength, not to make her jealous. You grind harder because your mission outweighs your pain, not to prove a point. Most men crumble after heartbreak, numbing themselves with alcohol, meaningless hookups, or endless scrolling to feel alive. That's not healing, it's stalling. A stoic man faces his pain head-on. He sees his flaws, his weaknesses, and turns them into fuel. You let her go. Good. Now use that empty space to rebuild every corner of your life. Wake up earlier. Organize your space. Master your habits. Let discipline become your love language. Nothing is more intimidating than a man who keeps going after she walks away. That man, the one who chooses purpose over pain, who grows in silence, makes her question everything. But by the time she regrets it, you're not the man she left. You're a king, building brick by brick, privately, patiently, powerfully. If you're done waiting to be saved, if you're ready to become unforgettable, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I rise in silence. Number 4, the shift, detach to regain control. You cared deeply, didn't you? You poured your heart into her, dreamed of a future together. That's not weakness, that's human. But here's where the shift happens. You don't need her to complete that dream anymore. Love that demands you lose yourself isn't love, it's dependency. And dependency kills the strength of a man. Society says holding on is fighting for love, but Stoicism says real strength is letting go, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity. Detachment isn't cold, it's conscious. It's refusing to let her presence or absence define your worth. That power is yours now. Most men stay trapped, haunted by her memory, convinced they'll never feel that spark again. That's not love, it's addiction. The first step to freedom is withdrawal. Sit with the discomfort. Unhook your mind from the need to be chosen. Redirect all the energy you gave her back into yourself. The moment you detach, the game flips. She feels the void, senses the shift, her grip on you weakening. When you stop chasing, stop reacting, stop caring if she sees your growth, that's when she starts to notice. Regret creeps into her mind, but it's too late. You don't detach to punish her. You detach to free yourself. In that freedom, you find power, not loud or desperate, but quiet and unshakable. You move on, not because you stopped loving her, but because you started loving yourself more. If you're ready to break free from dependency, if you're ready to reclaim your power, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I detach to rise. You've embraced the power of silence, haven't you? By shutting down her breadcrumbs and rising in quiet strength, you're already rewriting your story. Now, let's solidify that transformation by mastering the tests that come next, building a core so unshakable that no one can pull you off your path. Imagine yourself as a fortress, standing tall amidst the chaos, your walls forged from discipline and purpose. Ready to become a man who commands his destiny? Let's dive into the steps that will make you untouchable. Number 5, the test. Pass it with silence. Picture this. You're moving forward, building your empire in silence, when out of nowhere she slides back into your world. Maybe it's a casual, "Hey, how's it going?" text, a subtle like on an old post, or a late-night message that catches you off guard. Your heart skips. Old emotions stir. But don't mistake her curiosity for commitment. This isn't her falling back in love. It's a test to see if she still holds a piece of your mind. She remembers the old you, the one who was always there, quick to respond, eager to fix things, ready to sweep disrespect under the rug. But you're not that man anymore. You've gone silent, leveled up, detached. Your newfound strength, that quiet indifference, stirs something in her. Doubt, regret, maybe even fear that she lost someone who's now soaring beyond her reach. Can you resist the pull of her familiar voice? This moment is critical. Most men, after all their progress, stumble here. That one message rekindles hope, and they fall back into old patterns, replying too fast, opening the door to a cycle that already broke them once. Don't be that man. A stoic man passes this test by staying grounded, unmoved. You don't owe her a reaction, a conversation, or closure. If she truly valued you, she wouldn't have walked away. And if she's back now, words alone won't cut it. She needs to bring action, accountability, real change. Even then, you might still say no. Why? Because you've tasted the peace of standing alone, rebuilt your strength, and become a man who doesn't need her validation. This isn't about revenge. It's about recognizing your worth. Not every "I miss you" deserves a response. Not every return is redemption. Sometimes the most powerful move is no move at all. You're not here to rehash the past. You're here to protect your future. If you're done falling for recycled promises, if you're ready to stand tall and pass the test with silence, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I do not return to what broke me. Number 6. The frame. Keep your center. She was a chapter in your story, not the whole book. You built your world around her, your thoughts, your time, your energy, all orbiting someone who chose to walk away. That's where you lost your frame, the unshakable core that defines you. Women don't leave because you cared too much. They leave when you stop caring about yourself. You made her the prize, the center of your universe, and in doing so, you dimmed your own light. The worst part? You didn't even see it happening. You thought being endlessly available, pouring out love, staying consistent would earn her loyalty. But deep down, what she respected, what every woman respects, is a man who never bends his reality for anyone. Reclaiming your frame means taking back the throne of your life. You are the center now. Your mission, your values, your purpose come first. She can walk beside you, but she'll never be your world again. When you hold your frame, you stop chasing, explaining, or apologizing for being a man with standards. You become a rock, calm under pressure, unmoved by drama, grounded in purpose. That's rare, magnetic, undeniable. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak with quiet authority, the way you live without seeking permission. Have you ever noticed how people are drawn to someone who knows who they are? That's you now. When you stop orbiting her, she feels the shift. She might try to pull you back, test your resolve, but a woman can walk away from a man. She can't forget the one who never left his frame. You are not here to shrink into someone else's story. You're here to write your own, unapologetically. If you're done dimming your light to fit her narrative, if you're ready to lead your life with unwavering strength, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I keep my frame no matter who stays or leaves. Number 7. The power. Become a man she can't read. The man who wears his heart on his sleeve, spilling emotions at every trigger, broadcasting every thought and insecurity. He's easy to leave. There's no mystery, no depth, no edge. People don't value what's predictable. They get bored. They move on. You need to become the man she can't read, not by playing games, but by mastering yourself. A Stoic man feels everything: anger, sadness, attraction, but he controls how it shows. He's not cold. He's composed, his energy calm, his reactions measured, his moves deliberate. That mystery is electric, a quiet power that lingers in the air. She doesn't know what you're thinking. If you miss her, if you care, that uncertainty, it's a force that pulls her in, makes her chase your energy instead of running from it. Why? Because an unpredictable man is unforgettable. Your silence, your discipline, your focus. They create a presence that commands attention without demanding it. You're not hiding your emotions. You're commanding them, wielding them like a blade sharpened by self-control. When you master this, you become a man who doesn't need to shout to be heard. Your growth, your calm, your unshakable core, they speak louder than any outburst. You're not just a man anymore. You're a mystery, a force, a king who moves with purpose. If you're ready to become a man she can't solve, if you're ready to wield the power of unpredictability, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I am unreadable, unstoppable. You've become a mystery, haven't you? By mastering your emotions and holding your frame, You've transformed into a man who commands respect without a word. Now, let's amplify that power. Let's craft a presence so magnetic that chasing becomes unthinkable. Picture yourself as a mountain, unmoved by fleeting storms, your strength rooted in purpose and silence. Ready to become a man who attracts by standing firm? Let's dive into the principles that will make you untouchable. Number 8. The law. Don't chase what runs. There's a primal law of nature too many men ignore. The more you chase, the faster they flee. It's woven into human psychology. When something's always available, we undervalue it. When it slips away, we crave it. This isn't a trick. It's the raw truth of how we're wired. When she left, your instincts likely screamed to pursue her, to mend the break, to prove you were enough. Every call, every text, every desperate attempt to fix things didn't draw her closer. It pushed her further, cementing her choice to walk away. You made her the prize, forgetting that you are the one worth pursuing. Can you feel the sting of that realization? A Stoic man honors this law. If someone leaves, let them go. No resistance, no pleading, no chasing. True value doesn't beg for recognition. True strength stands silent, composed, untouchable. When you stop chasing, you reclaim your dignity and ignite your allure. Scarcity creates value. By pulling back, you become rare. A man she can't predict or manipulate. She'll start questioning what she thought she knew, wondering why you're no longer orbiting her world. This isn't about winning her back. It's about embracing your worth. You don't chase love, attention, or validation. You chase your purpose, your peace, your power. Those who want to walk with you will match your stride. Those who don't will fade into the distance, and you won't look back. Your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting her choices back at her. By living this law, you rewrite your story, not as the pursuer, but as the pursued. You become a man who doesn't run after ghosts, but stands as a beacon others seek. If you're done chasing what doesn't serve you, if you're ready to be the man others pursue, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I attract by walking away. Number 9. The focus. Purpose over people. When you made her the center of your universe, you lost your core. You let go of the drive, the ambition, the fire that made you magnetic. A man without purpose is like a ship adrift. No direction, no weight, easily forgotten. A Stoic man knows his mission comes first. Before her, before friends, before fleeting emotions. Your purpose is your anchor, your North Star, the one constant that never betrays you, never abandons you when something shinier comes along. When you lived for her, your world shrank. You made choices out of fear, fear of upsetting her, losing her, facing solitude. Fear erodes respect, dulls presence. But when you live for a mission greater than yourself, your world expands. Your energy shifts, radiating certainty, confidence, vision. Have you ever noticed how people are drawn to a man who knows where he's headed? Here's the paradox. When you prioritize your purpose, you become magnetic. A man building something real, driven by a fire that doesn't dim when someone leaves. That's rare, unforgettable. She thought she was your everything, but she'll realize too late she was just a chapter, not the book. Your purpose isn't just a goal, it's your identity, your reason to rise each morning, your shield against the chaos of emotions. Ask yourself, are you forging an empire or chasing someone else's approval. One path builds power, the other breeds pain. Pour your energy into your mission, your career, your health, your legacy, and watch how the world responds. People gravitate to a man with direction, a man who doesn't waver. You're not here to beg for a place in her story. You're writing your own, and it's epic. If you're done sacrificing your dreams for temporary emotions, if you're ready to make your purpose your power, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My purpose is my power. Number 10. The arrival. She'll regret it, but you'll be gone. This is the moment you've been waiting for, though it's not what you might expect. Yes, she'll regret it. One day, she'll look back and see you, stronger, sharper, colder, a man she could have stood beside but chose to abandon. That regret will hit her harder than any argument, deeper than any words you could have shouted. But you won't be there to witness it. Why? Because the man you've become doesn't linger in the past. He doesn't seek validation from those who couldn't handle his rough beginnings, his unpolished edges. You don't slow down for people who walked away when the road got tough. Your focus is forward, building a life so vast, so unyielding, that her regret is just a faint whisper you'll never hear. You're not running from her. You're sprinting toward your destiny, and she's no longer part of it. Your transformation isn't for her, it's for you. Every step, every rep in the gym, every hour grinding on your goals, every moment you choose purpose over pain builds a man who's untouchable. She'll see the results, the glow, the confidence, the empire you've carved from the ashes she left behind. She'll realize she didn't just lose a man, she lost a king. But you're too busy ruling your world to care. Your life is your statement, your success, your reply. You've arrived, not to prove her wrong, but to prove yourself right. If you're ready to leave the past in the dust and arrive as the man you were meant to be, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I'm gone, and I'm unstoppable. You've stopped chasing and made your purpose your power, haven't you? By walking away from what doesn't serve you, you've built a life that commands respect. Now, let's seal that transformation. Let's become a man so focused on his path that the past can't touch him. Picture yourself as a river, carving your own course, unstoppable, flowing toward a future you define. Ready to leave regret behind and own your destiny? Let's dive in. The man you forged through silence, discipline, and relentless purpose, he's already miles ahead. You didn't level up to make her regret her choices. You did it because you owed it to yourself, because your soul demanded you become more. Her regret? It's just a faint ripple, a distant echo that barely reaches you as you build, grow, and conquer new heights. Your energy isn't wasted on proving points or seeking validation. You're too rare, too locked into your vision, too in love with the future you're crafting to care who's watching. That's the true victory, when her regret, her silence, her choices no longer hold sway in your world. You've become a man who doesn't glance back, who doesn't need her approval to know his worth. Can you feel the freedom in that? Let her watch from afar, grappling with the weight of her decisions. You're not bitter. You're simply beyond her reach, soaring in a realm she can't access. Your presence is a quiet storm, missed by those who left but never needed to fuel your fire. If you're done living for anyone's approval, if you're ready to be a man whose absence speaks louder than his presence, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I don't go back. I don't slow down. This is the Stoic path, the road to victory. Stay sharp, stay silent, stay blessed.